Hello, welcome back to our Skincare Academy. If you are joining me for the first time, my name is Dr. Noel Seni. I'm the CEO and founder of our Skincare Academy, where we talk about everything concerning skincare of color. I hold a PhD in food and cosmetic chemistry, and I'm passionate about skincare for persons with skin of color. Today, the topic is a very interesting one. We're looking at glutathione. A lot of you have come to my inbox asking about the efficacy and the safety of glutathione. I felt, well, as our first video of the year, let's talk about glutathione for skin whitening, because it's a popular issue right now here in Nigeria, India, Philippines, and many other countries that has a large number of persons with skin of color. So the question today is glutathione effective, and if yes, is it safe for skin whitening? Stay tuned. Let's start with what is glutathione. Glutathione is the protein. However, it is a unique protein because it has what we call the SH sulfur bond. And in one of the units of the amino acid, it has 3 amino acids actually. It has the glycine, the glutamic acid, but most importantly, it has the cysteine. So some of you that have heard of cysteine for skin whitening, yes, glutathione on its own, it has a powerful antioxidant ROSH bond, and it also has cysteine as part of its amino acid component. What does glutathione do? Outside skin whitening, glutathione have been used as one of the strongest antioxidants known to man. It is used for chemotherapy. It is used for HIV prone persons or people dealing with HIV. It is used for people that have immunity compromised system, people that have asthma. It is a xenobiotic generally. Cancer, so it helps trap toxins in the system, and most importantly, it helps trap ROS, what we call reactive oxygen species, which is the precursor for aging and for damaged skin cells. So how does glutathione affect us for skin whitening? Is it effective, yes or no? The answer is yes. It is effective. However, no, if not done or used properly. So that's why this video is informative for you if you are a formulator or a consumer of glutathione or an intending consumer, because you need to know some things. There are some standards that you should follow in order for glutathione to be effective. So let's start. The first thing is the form of glutathione you use. We have 2 forms of glutathione. We have the oxidized glutathione, which is known as the GSSG, and we have the reduced glutathione, which is known as GSH. So the oxidized glutathione, So the oxidized glutathione is not the active glutathione, but it is the stable glutathione. While the reduced glutathione is the active glutathione, but it is unstable in aqueous medium. Unfortunately, glutathione is water soluble, so you have to dissolve in an aqueous medium. That being said, when taking supplements or injectables with glutathione, it has been advised that the GSH, that's the reduced form of glutathione, should always be used. So you should check your supplement and make sure that it is well written that it is a reduced form. Don't just accept glutathione. It has to be written reduced glutathione, or you should see something that is written capital letter G, capital letter S, and capital letter H. But if you are a formulator like myself, you cannot use reduced glutathione. Yes, it is the active form in the body, but it is unstable. So if you use it in your formulation, it will get easily oxidized even before it gets to the system. Remember that anything can oxidize it. Even your own ingredients, we have electrons that can oxidize it. That's co-ingredient. So it is advised to use the oxidized glutathione, except you're an expert formulator that you can use liposomes and get glutathione in an oil-soluble medium. If you can't do that, because that's quite expensive and it needs a lot of technicalities, it is advised to use the oxidized glutathione. Yeah, it is not effective, but research has shown that when the oxidized glutathione goes into the cutaneous cell, that's the skin cell, it is usually converted to the reduced glutathione. So it's all good, right? Formulators use oxidized glutathione. Supplements, please stick with the reduced glutathione. So that's our first fact. Second fact is the mode of administration. There are several ways you can get glutathione into your body system. The most common one is the orals. Then we have the nasal, and we have the parenteral, that's injectables, either by drip or by injections. So the oral could come as supplements or could come as dietary rich glutathione food. So if you are going to be going for the dietary rich glutathione food, I would advise you go for whey protein. Whey protein has a very high percentage of glutathione. Others with relatively some amount of glutathione are tomatoes, oranges. I think you can Google a lot of foods have rich glutathione, but like I said, that the one that has a reasonable amount that could sustain what we are looking for is whey protein. But still, it's not usually enough, because usually this glutathione is in a water soluble medium. And remember, we said that reduced glutathione is not stable in water soluble medium. Apart from that, when glutathione is taken orally in a water soluble form, it goes into the stomach and the digestive system. What happens is that it is broken down into smaller amino acids, and that way it is not as effective, because the kidney, which is responsible for this detoxification, we see it as a toxin, and most of it is being secreted out of the system. Only a few percent goes into the bloodstream, where it can be passed into the melanocyte cells. But we'll explain how to increase this in our next phase, the factor 2 maybe. But what we want to, the key information here is that when you are taking oral glutathione, note that if it is the capsule, the one that when you put in water it gets dissolved, you can even try it now. Whenever you are buying a glutathione, drop it in water and check if it's going to melt. That if it melts, it means you are taking this water soluble supplement. Note that very little of it actually gets to the melanocyte cell for skin whitening. Most of it is being flushed out by the kidney and urinate or excrete it out of the body. So how do you get the water soluble glutathione for skin whitening? It is called overdose. So you need a lot of glutathione. So usually the scientific articles which I studied for this presentation video says that 1 to 2 grams per day based on your body weight. So if you are normally built, you have a small body, then you can take 1 gram per day. Normally this supplement comes as 500 milligrams, so that means you take 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. If you are heavily built or you are overweight or slightly overweight, then you take 2 grams per day. That's 2 capsules in the morning, 2 capsules in the evening. So that way you have an overdose. That is not enough. I think I should just say it now. You should take it on an empty stomach, because normally when the body is on starvation, there's a natural depletion of nutrients, including glutathione. So when you take glutathione first thing in the morning or last thing at night, the body tends to see it as an essential nutrient. So instead of the kidney to just push it out of the system, the kidney absorbs the body absorbs some of it and takes to the plasma, that's the blood cells, because there is this brain activity that tells the body that please, we need some glutathione at the moment. Unlike when you've already taken some food, 1 or 2 of these food will already have small quantity of glutathione, and the body will be enough. That is enough for the function of being a xenobiotic and an antioxidant. So it does not really need, it does not know you are using it for skin whitening, and it does not need extra glutathione. But when you take it on a starved body, it is a trick to get the water soluble glutathione into the blood circulation. So that's number 1 for oral supplements using water soluble supplements. A better alternative is the use of liposomes. Liposomes are when you are able to encapsulate this glutathione that is water soluble in an oil soluble medium. Oils generally tend to go into the blood system. They are not easily broken down by the kidney. They are taken to the blood system. So when you take it as an oil soluble supplement, what happens is that the glutathione goes straight into the blood system and straight to the site of action, which in this case is the melanocyte cells, and it does the job of skin whitening through the different parts we have already explained earlier. That is the best way and the most recommended way to take glutathione. Liposomes glutathione oral supplement. You can take 500 grams per day if that's one a day if you are normal weight, or twice a day if you are overweight. There's another very peculiar way they take glutathione these days. That's injectables. Injectables come as drips or as injections. Whichever way, the safety profile based on science evidence-based fact is that this is not safe. It is very unsafe to normally they usually use 600 milligram to 1200 milligram injectables twice weekly, sometimes once weekly. So imagine having so much glutathione in the blood system. Remember, if you're taking it as a supplement, the body decides what it's going to take, and some other extra is naturally excreted. Even in the liposomes, it is not immediately that the capsules will be absorbed. The capsules, the encapsulated capsule, will be gradually absorbed. So the body does not go through a shock. The blood system does not go through a shock of high glutathione once. But in injectable, you pump it straight into the blood circulation. And issues like renal failure, that's renal kidney failure, and other dangerous side effects have been attributed to this method. So if you are into injectables, you have to be careful. Even though you have to do it, don't do it on a long-term basis. So you can start with injectables once a week for the first 6 weeks. Then you convert to liposome supplements. Because the bad thing about glutathione is that it is a temporary skin whitening. So it means you have to continuously inject glutathione into your system, or through orals. Your blood system must have high level of plasma glutathione at every point in time to be able to attack the melanocyte cells and carry out ROS scavenging. If you don't do this, it has been shown that after 1 month of stopping glutathione, your general melanocyte activities goes back to normal and you go back to your natural skin color. So imagine having to use drip or injectables pumping your blood plasma for the rest of your life. It is dangerous. So if you are into injectables, this video is telling you now, you can share with your friends. Tell them that after at most 2 months of using injectables, they should stop it and they should buy liposomes and use instead. And even if they must use injectables, it must be 100% glutathione. Anything below 100% is a danger. It's a red flag, because sometimes quacks get low grade glutathione that has other toxins in the vial, and several scientists have found that this is the major cause of the toxicity from injectable. So while glutathione overdose may be an issue, the major issue are the additives in the injection. So ensure that whoever is giving you that injection, you can testify that it is 100% glutathione, and please, it should not be used for a long term. You can easily supplement glutathione injection with the liposomes supplement. Mind you, liposomes are expensive, and 100% glutathione is also very expensive. Glutathione is not a cheap remedy for skin whitening. We've talked about oral, we've talked about injectables, let's talk about topical. Topical is using it in formulation. Like I said earlier, you cannot use it in the reduced form. It has to be in the oxidized form, and normally 2% should be used. The trick is, for it to be more effective, use it with other melanocyte inhibitors, alpha-arbutin, mulberry extract, even keratolytic agents, salicylic acid, exfoliant, so that way it can easily be absorbed, because for it to be converted to reduced form, it has to first of all be absorbed by the skin. Even penetration enhancers add penetration enhancers too, so that immediately it is applied on the skin, it is immediately absorbed, and then it can now be converted to the reduced form where it will be able to attack the melanocyte cells. Some people also use it as nasal inhaling, so they nebulize it and volatilize it and they just inhale it. The science-based facts has not shown how effective this method is for skin whitening. So the ones that are known are the topical, the orals in the liposome form, or if you're using the water soluble, the overdose of the water soluble, and the injectables. So we have also lastly what we call the maintenance dose. So the dose we've been talking about is the dose for the whitening. So for the first, normally whitening depends on how deep your melanocytes are working. So if you are of the light skinned, usually within 6 weeks to 2 months you should get your desired color. Some people, it takes them as far as a year of continual usage of the high dosage, which I've explained earlier, to get their color. But whatever works for you, whenever you've gotten your skin tone, you have to reduce the percentage of glutathione you are taking. So you divide by 2. So for example, if you're the type that was taking the water soluble one, which is like maybe 2 grams, that's 2 morning, 2 evening, or 500 milligrams, you can now decide to use it 1 morning, 1 evening. If you were taking 1 morning, 1 evening, you reduce it to once a day. Then if you are taking injectables, you convert your injectables to liposomes or oral supplement, even sometimes dietary supplement. So it's important that you don't overdose your body, because remember that when you have glutathione in your system, your kidney is overworking. That's the major side effect. You'll be overworking your kidney. This does not only apply for glutathione, but any supplement like vitamin C that is taken in high dosage, you are overworking your kidney. So you cannot use it for a long or like infinitely. So you need to sometimes taper down the dose. I hope you've learned something from this video, and I hope after now you'll be more informed on the form of glutathione to use. You'll be more informed on the dosage to take and maintenance doses to take. If you have any questions, feel free. I'll be dropping my WhatsApp business line. You can always send me a WhatsApp number. I'll be happy to be of assistance. Thank you, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to Arno Skincare Academy.